What's up, Kurt? What's up? What's up? Gonna do a little Sunday evening session with Bob here. How's Father's Day with your dad? And what did you get him? My gloves are pretty beaten up, but we make do. We make do. If you know me, when I'm on doing stuff with Bob, I'm not going crazy. Got him fishing lure, nice. Nice. Yeah, I'm not going crazy or anything. I'm just tapping and moving, trying to keep the body loose, try to remember to keep the hands up, chin up, shoulders down, stay loose, all that good stuff. What's up, Triple H, Triple H? How you doing? What you got going on today? How's your day? Overhand right demonstration. I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. Wrestling practice, nice. That collegiate, what level are you at? That's what's up. So welcome to my channel, and right now I'm just doing a little extra after Sunday sort of stuff, after Sunday dinner. So really what I'm working on is tapping and moving. You can grapple, nice. I haven't grappled for years. Used to do that with a little mixed martial arts, but it's been years. So shout out, because it's not easy. What weight are you at? Oh, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. 200, nice. Nice. That's a lot to move around. So all I'm trying to do is just remember to keep these hands up, that jab, and I'm bringing it straight back. I don't want to jab and kind of lazily bring it, because that's when that clocks you. So I'm trying to just stay pop, and then be able to sit down on that punch, and your overhand, I guess, would come a little over what that hand would be, just a bomb. So that's what I'm trying to work on. Just trying to stay active, that's all. I am trying to work on keeping them up, because as we know, that's the quickest way to go to sleep. It's work, man. It's work, and it's not just coming in bombing. That's why a lot of my punches are just jabs. I'm not proving anything by punching an armless dummy, but it's that muscle memory. That's what we're doing, that muscle memory. A little bit of shoulder work definitely helps, but it's a lot of focus. It's definitely a lot of focus. I think my shoulder work is largely in part from my push-ups. On this channel, if you care to subscribe, we go every morning at 5:15 Mountain Standard Time, and I'll do 100 push-ups. We'll do like 10 sets of 10. I'll throw in some other exercises, and a buddy of mine will join in too. But we got people from all around the world, so you're more than welcome to join. Subscriptions are free. And I'm not going crazy on a regimented, like, break time, go time. Just enjoying it. And what I may do also is, yeah, I appreciate it. And what I'll do also is I can raise him. So now I'm having to punch up. That's a little bit different as well. So give me a round, and then we'll get him raised up. It's a little sloppy. What's up, Bundong? Bundong Jongjia? Bundong Jongjia? All right. So I think that was 3. Oh man, I appreciate it. That's really the goal. If you have to, absolutely have to, which I subscribe to, you win every fight you can walk away from. You're not a punk. You're not soft. You're not weak. It takes more strength to be able to do that and understand what the possible ramifications are. You could hurt somebody bad unintentionally and change your life just like that. So the more we fight, the more we train, the more responsibility we have, not just to weaponize it just because somebody mouths off in traffic or steps on your shoe or whatever. So what I'm going to do is always practice 5 shots, 3 seconds. Try to tee off. Just try to give them enough smoke right off the bat where they realize, oh wait, I'm kind of over my head. This dude's hands are fast and he got me a few times, so I don't want this, and we all can walk away. So let me try to raise him up here. So right now we're about the same height. That's like NBA height. Now I'm fighting point guards here, power forwards. And that also changes the trajectory of like your angles, but also your ducking now. So you have a much longer reach to have to consider. So let's have fun with it, because this can be problematic. So I guess strategically, I wouldn't want to be at the end of their punches, so I'd probably stay in closer. That's where grappling would probably work to somebody's advantage, to be able to take a taller person down. Man, yeah, that's when I taught self-defense to a lot of women, to my daughters as well. End it quickly. Just end it quickly and fight with honor. Don't be that person that starts kicking people and all that, because self-defense can quickly turn into a charge because you did too much trying to defend yourself. So end it, fight with honor, and if they are really hurt, get them help. Get them help. You may not think they deserve it, but that's going to strengthen you inside at the end. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Is a much bigger difference than punching right here. So let's see what we got. Woo! It's much bigger range. So I'm going to try to attack that body if I can at all. Feint high, throw here. If I can, I'm gonna set up, try to hit that liver, try to get that liver shot. That's, again, these are short rounds. I'm not doing a whole lot, but those would be points that I would try to get at. Plus, if somebody's really that tall, unless they are equal in weight, if they're just taller and lankier, maybe you can shoot on them and just tie it up. But liver shot, try to get that left side. You see it in MMA. If you haven't, Google it. Liver shots are killers. So I'm not left-handed, so I try to work on that shot quite a bit and see what I can do. I'm gonna bring him back down. And this is a little bit taller than where I was when I started. Just a little. So I'm trying to find a happy medium there. Triple H, where are you coming to us from? What part of the world? Bangdang Junjia, where are you coming to us from? Ah, you're from Cali. Nice. Nice. So are you college wrestling, high school, professional wrestling, Olympic wrestling? What kind of wrestling are you doing right now? And look, whatever type it is, it's all a grind. Wrestling is one of the most grueling things you can do. So, salute for that. So I'm not doing long rounds, but what I'm also trying to do is keep myself not taking super long breaks either. And we can mix this up too. I don't know, let's see if I can pull this off. We can throw a few kicks in with it too. I'm not gonna be throwing like head kicks or anything, but you can also definitely, especially for street fights, just keep that in mind. When somebody's coming and they charge in, be able just to try to catch that leg, maybe hyperextend it. Again, we're not trying to do radical damage, just end it quickly. put them in a position where they feel something they don't like. Hey, what's up everyone? Happy Sunday. Happy Father's Day to you, your father, whoever, good male role models in your life. Wow. All right. So, in the mornings, we go live and do 100 push-ups every morning. So you're more than welcome to join anybody. We got a lot of good people from around the world jumping in. So about 5:15 Mountain Standard Time. And if you subscribe and just hit the notification and select all, you should see when we go live in the mornings. If I'm not mistaken, that was like 4 or 5. Still trying to find this in between where I'm not fighting an NBA player, but there we go. A little bit taller, but not enormously taller. So we'll play with this for a round. I gotta stay seated on those punches, especially those 3-4 punch combos. I can feel myself floating back while throwing that. It's just bite down on your mouthpiece and exchange. So let's see if I can get you guys a different angle here as well. Let's see what we can find. Anybody in here want to say hello? We're just chilling, throwing some punches. Throwing some punches with Bob. A little bit rear angle. That may not give you too much. So let me see if I can pop this over here. Uh-oh. Not good. I think that'll do it. But that's a terrible angle. I think that'll do it. This is one of those Sundays. All right, let me get my life together here. Let me get it together. I am just not doing it right now. All right, there we go. Hopefully it gives you enough where you can see. And I'm going to swap it out here in just a sec. So you can see he's still a little taller than me. All right. Let me see if I can give you guys something, maybe a little wider angle. That might work a little better. How's everyone doing today? Triple H, you still with me? All right, we'll get a few more in. And again, like I said, there's kicks to be thrown as well. Even just being able to walk that out. But really, I'm just doing the boxing end of things. So let's check it out. I noticed I was slowly bringing that hand back and it was kind of low, so I really got to stay in that focus. Woo! Big miss. Better on that side. Let me try that again. He doesn't have much of a chin, so it's really hard to hit that uppercut, to get them to bend, to hit him with the uppercut. So that's okay. Let me see if I can do a little better with this lighting. I don't know if that's going to improve things or not. All right, that stand is fired. We're just going to put it back on here and throw a few more shots and just swing it back over here. I think that was my best bet. Welcome. I'm just doing a little Sunday afternoon stuff with Bob. This is Bob. So we're throwing some punches. Just trying to move, stay here, bring the hand back. Don't pop and bring it back down here. Don't rest it or you'll go to sleep. So I'm just trying to throw these back and forth. Elbows in, shoulders up, chin down, stay relaxed. Move the feet, move the head. It's just exercise. So here we go. If you guys got any feedback, let me know. And my channel goes live every morning, 5:15 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. We do 100 push-ups. I'm on day 106 today. So you're welcome to join. Hit the subscribe, hit the likes, all that good stuff. What's up, BY? How you doing today? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat. Thanks for chiming in. How's your day going today? How's your... Okay, BY. From Russia? Is that Russian? What's up, Igor? Is that Igor? William? Just boxing with Bob. And just trying to pop, pop, pop. Keep the hands up. Keep the hands up. Hands up, chin down. How's everyone doing? So we're just gonna keep throwing. Feels good. I'm not going too hard. Definitely get water. Hydrate. Water, water. Igor, BY. Where are you from? What part of the world? What part of the world are you in? Whew. How's everyone doing? Everyone good? Throw another round in. Where are you guys coming from? What part of the world? Someone say hello, hello, hello. So we're gonna throw some slow kicks in here as well. Throwing some elbows too. So my room is a little limited. Otherwise, I might try to throw something spinning, but I don't want to end up kicking something else, so that's okay. We're just out here having fun. I'm gonna slide this over here though, not put you guys on that same kind of crazy looking shelf I had before where it kept falling. We don't need that. Come on. There we go. See what we got. Grab some water. How's that angle? Not sure if that's a good angle for you guys watching. I'm not sure. So let me know. Can you see okay? I got a little more light over there. What's up, yo-yo? We're doing some boxing with Bob. Just trying to keep the hands up when I throw. Bring it back instead of here and down and back up. Bring it right back. Right back. Chin down, shoulders up. Yeah, thank you. Just working on the footwork, head movement. This is not trying to do anything other than just get some exercise and hopefully never have to use it in a real life situation. We win every fight we walk away from. If you can at all help it. And the more we train, like I was talking to Triple H earlier, the more we train, the more responsible we are to not just go teeing off on people. Let them put their hands on you first, then show them what you know. But don't go looking for it. We don't need that. We don't need any of that. So let me see what I got. Let me see what I still got here. Yo, what's up, D&D? How you doing? Hey, thank you, yo-yo. You know, the thing about training self-defense, martial arts, combat sports, whatever it is I've never taught it. I never wanted to learn it, just to learn how to impose it upon other people. What we're trying to do is learn how to control ourselves better. So in that moment, we have a clear thought pattern rather than just reacting emotionally. So awesome. I'm not a professional. I'm not a trainer. I'm not any of those things. And honestly, I'm just getting some exercise in right now with this. But I did have the opportunity to learn from people who knew more than me. So I can always pass on the little bit that I know, but I'm sure there are some amazingly knowledgeable people in Sweden. If I'm not mistaken, isn't there a lot of, is there a good community for kickboxing there? Or am I thinking Netherlands? My apologies. It is super important in these times. Peace doesn't work every time, no. And here's the other thing. Not every place that you're going to go allows weapons such as guns like they do in the US. You're not always going to have a knife. You're not always going to have a stick or a bat. And even if you do, getting it out in time. Sometimes this is the first thing that you need. This right in the eyes. This right in the windpipe. This right in the solar plexus. This right on the bridge of the nose. Any of those things. And end it quickly. End it quickly. We don't want to end up becoming somebody we're not, trying to defend ourselves. End it quickly and give them reason to really think twice about pursuing whatever it is that they were trying with you. Give them every out and try to take every out first. Hey man, I don't want any problems, blah, 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 whatever happens. But if they insist and they put their hands on you, then you have the right to defend yourself. And I always say 5 seconds and 3 strikes. Just pop, 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 pop. And let them almost be dazed and stunned. They don't have to be knockout shots. Just give them that warning. Hey, there's a lot more of this coming. So just my thoughts. D&D, how are you doing today? How was your Sunday? How was you guys' day altogether? But is there Father's Day today in Sweden, Yo-Yo? The eye strike looks nasty. Yeah, and you know, look, it sounds nasty, but if somebody's coming at you, take away their ability to see, breathe, and chase. So if I can't get your eye, maybe I can get you right in the pit of the stomach or knee you in the stomach, make you lose some air, and then I'm really going to stomp that ankle so I can walk away. If you're limping after me, good on you. But 2 good legs are better than one good one. So it's strategic. It's strategic. And there's always a way, you know, that you can hopefully get out of it. But you're right, a lot of people aren't going to let it go. So this is why I'm here. So I'm glad you guys are here. Subscriptions are free, thumbs up, all that good stuff. And let's see another round. I got my metal sled right in that corner, and what I don't want to do is kick it. So, there we go. An eye strike can do blindness, yeah, for sure. And you know, you don't have to go all the way in. Even just if you've ever just been poked in the eye accidentally, it burns, it stings, it takes away a lot of your senses because everything else is now focused on that eye. Your nerves and everything else is sending out emergency signals. So that's all you're trying to do is just get somebody else's emergency signals to send them all these urgency things rather than focus on you. And it can be done pretty simple. But like I tell people, like I train with my daughters since they've been babies and stuff, read your audience. Know that the person trying to take your life probably deserves that finger all the way into the eye. That drunken person at the ball game or something, probably not. And if you can walk away, cool. If not, just trip them, throw them down, stomp their ankle, and go about your business. What's up, Andre Santos from Brazil? Hola, hola. How are you today? But so Yo-Yo with the head kick, I'm just tapping. I'm not trying to kick all the way through it. The problem with things like a bob is you punch it and it's stationary, but it doesn't give a true reflection of if you actually punch somebody as hard as you can in the stomach, they're probably going to bend. And then you have the ability to throw something like an uppercut. This doesn't give you all of that real time, that real life, and that's okay. It doesn't have arms. I have to pretend. This is like being a kid where you're pretending something. So I have to pretend it has arms. So that's what the duck is. That's when I throw that 1-2, and then I'm gonna duck under and throw that 2 again. I have to pretend the duck is them punching. So now I have to duck. So bobs, weaves, ducks, all that stuff. Otherwise, it would be too easy. Everybody would be world champion if that was the case. So we're having fun with it. And I'm gonna throw in some knees. I'm gonna throw in some elbows too in the next one, and I'm probably gonna move the camera over there so you can see a little bit better. So hang tight. I just want to throw another one in here. Here we go. All right. I would never throw a spinning back fist in any sort of real life scenario, but it's fun sometimes. So let me slide you guys back over here, see where we're at. I still got a little juice in the camera left, so I'm gonna give you a little bit of a different angle. Hopefully the light is good and you'll catch. I'm gonna try to throw some elbows to the body. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. So you know what I'm gonna do also? Let me bring this in close. This is Bob, and what I want you to be able to see, I'm gonna flip this around. To be able to see the construct of his face. His nose projects out. This pushing somebody right there. Hey, what's up, Chris? Pushing somebody right there. Try that. Push yourself right there. Right there. It doesn't feel good. Okay. Hammer strike. Ball that fist right on the bridge of the nose. This will collapse. These eyes will water. They will go blind with tears. And I'm not saying just do this randomly to somebody just giving you a hard time. Here, got a bit of a throat, so you can actually ridge hand if you have to. He has ears, but can't really get a good grip on him. But if you have to, just imagine there's hair to pull. There's this to pull. You just cup the back of the neck. It's the Muay Thai plum. And then you would throw knees into the body. Okay, so these are a lot of little bits and pieces. But guys, the first thing that I would say, especially if you're being attacked, trade DNA. So what I mean by that, rake the face. Take those hands. My nails aren't super long, but rake the face. What you're doing is not only you're causing them a lot of pain by doing that, but you're exchanging DNA. If I get their skin, their blood, whatever, their hair under my nails, now science will prove that that person, if they catch them, was the one who was attacking me. Science will prove that. So you have that ability now. You have that ability to do that. So just think in terms of just getting out of it, surviving it, and then living to tell your tale. Get home safe every day. That's all we want to do. We're not trying to prove that we're Bruce Lee or Rocky or anything else like that. So with that said, I can actually just do some things here. Pop, 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 pop. Okay, you don't even have to punch. That was a ridge hand. You can use this part of your hand. This can be subjective sometimes. You may actually break a knuckle if you're not punching correctly. That ridge hand and jam it right up under the chin. You're gonna hear those teeth clatter. You may see a little blood if they bite their tongue, and a lot of times that's gonna end it. Okay, so pop, pop. You can do that. Pop, pop, pop. Easy, okay? Pop, pop. And then solo plex, just straight into it. Turn the hips. And again, look, I'm nobody's sensei. I used to be a senpai, which meant I taught at dojos and things like that, but I'm not trying to give you guys some sort of professional worldly advice. I'm just saying these are little things that most people would tell you. When you throw your punch, turn that hip. It's not your arm that's delivering it, it's the rest of your body. Think about baseball players. They don't just swing with their arms, they're swinging with their hips. Cricket players swing with their hips. golfers swing with the hips, okay? All that good stuff. Use the hips, transfer all that power from the ground through your legs, boom, into it, okay? So, when we're talking about that, I would just rake the face if that was the problem. Just rake the face, okay? Or you can grasp here, boom. One good knee. A lot of times that's gonna do it. Yo-yo, very important day. 2 days ago here, teenagers around 21 had a brutal fight here in some bridge. One guy got brutally beaten up by 3-4 guys, and now I know how important self-defense attacks. Blood everywhere, video got viral. Yes, if nothing else, man, give them reason to think about it when the first friend is like over there holding his eye. Now, it may not stop anything, but the one thing that I would want to know with that is that I didn't get victimized and couldn't do anything about it. That I, at least if I fought back and I gave my best, it wouldn't haunt me at night. Not everybody's supposed to win fights. You can know a lot of things and just somebody just throws a lucky shot or something. And especially when you're talking about 3-4 people. But if you at least know that you prepared yourself and you didn't feel like you were so incapable of doing the slightest bit of self-defense, because you're right, this stuff is everywhere. So we just want simple things. Simple things. Pop, pop, pop. Okay? Simple things. So even here, just being able to drop down, throw that elbow right in. So if I can just, okay, this is a lot of weight that's going to go right into those ribs. You may break a few. And that's going to cause a lot of pain. It's going to take that ability to breathe, take that wind, okay? Okay, things like this, boom. Quick strikes, especially if they think they have the element of surprise on you. Turn it back on them. Bro, even lion knows when to back up and not. Yeah, exactly. Ever see a lion get kicked by a zebra? It's not pretty. Giraffes can kill lions. Like, everything out there in the wild, and we live in the wild. We live in our own civilized wild, if you will. So yeah, even a lion knows. Better to survive, and let them know. Send out that message that you're not that one. So something simple, even just that kick right there, boom. If you can put it right in the groin, great. If you can, I wouldn't go really above the waist, because it gives somebody just the ability to actually grab your foot, and then that's a problem you don't really want. Julian Bernie, hey, how you doing? If you're actually strong, could you break your elbow? Possibly. But I think if you're going to break your elbow throwing it into somebody's body, imagine the damage it's doing to them. You're taking out plenty of ribs when it comes to that. So I'm still gonna take my chances and throw that elbow, if it's there, right into that sternum, right into that chest plate, right into this area, the solar plexus, where it is just going to boom. If you've ever got the wind knocked out of you accidentally, I used to have that happen during football. I'd fall on the ball and it's just like and you can't breathe for a long time. It sucks. But you think about how helpless you are when you can't breathe. So imagine not being able to breathe, or somebody pokes you in the eye, you can't see. All of that stuff, basic simple stuff. And again, these are just little things that I've come to learn over life. So boom, just right here, even something side, boom. And we're talking at that knee level, really boom, on that knee, really trying to hyperextend, where they do that number, and it's not going to feel good. It happens. Yeah, Julian, it's take your chances. Bet on you that your technique, bet on you that your elbow, even if broken, is still going to be better than their busted up ribs and them not being able to breathe. You're going to be able to walk away upright. You might be doing this or this, but they're going to be down on the ground, possibly trying to gasp for air, because you may have punctured a lung as well. But look, when somebody comes for you, when somebody presents a threat to your life, take it seriously, and train your mind to be able to recognize it and to not be squeamish in these moments. Yo-yo. One guy head got torn up. Man, what surprised me was people standing and camera out, but nobody doing anything, maybe because most of them were elderly old people. Yeah, sometimes the best thing that some people are going to be able to do to fight back is only record the evidence. Hopefully it's not just to throw on Instagram or YouTube just so they can get likes and things like that. But a lot of people, they're scared. They're petrified because they're seeing violence in a way they've never seen it before. We see it in movies, we see it all that, but when you hear things, when you hear a man's head bounce off of concrete, I've heard that, it's a disturbing sound, it's a sickening thud, and it's not pretty to see a person lying basically lifeless. When you see people get kicked multiple times in the ribs, when you see multiple people ganging up like that, it's disturbing. It absolutely is disturbing. So I can completely understand why a lot of people did not involve themselves. And, I hope you never do. I hope you never do. I don't know what it's like in Sweden. I don't know our cultural difference, but America has a tendency to be an extremely violent place when it's not necessary. And I've seen a lot. I've had friends shot. I've had friends shot in front of me, and they were still shooting at us. It's not like they just shot one person. They were shooting at us. And this wasn't just like gangster stuff. This was just house party. I had a friend killed at a house party because wrong people, wrong place. And they just decide that they want to make trouble when there's no need to make trouble. So I buried friends. I buried a brother. It's nothing I'm bragging about, but we don't win if we don't teach. If we don't tell people our story and show them exactly what's going on. So it's not going to stop a bullet. And the biggest lesson I can impart to you, somebody has a knife, run. No, it wasn't gangster stuff. Yep. And yo, it's not just company. You got to have a wolf pack. Wolf. We only love family. Think about that. WOLF. We only love family. If you don't have a crew, if you don't have a group of people, and I don't mean a bunch of tough guys, I'm just talking about when the moment is real. If you don't have that group of people that's going to stand up with you or at least help you out, get some new people. Get some new people, because they will leave you high and dry, and they'll be the ones that are just recording you getting beaten half to death. So I don't mean to sound grim, but you got to have a crew. You got to have some people that have your back. No doubt. No doubt. Get a crew that has your back. And be the reason why they want to back you up. You back them up as well. And show them. Get your group of people. Get them out here with us doing these push-ups. Get them out there in a park somewhere. You started off in Sweden. You started off. You be the group of guys that's doing something out in the park. You are absolutely welcome, man. I got you. Whatever I can help with, I got you. I got you. So we're still talking about this. So this is a problem. Face rake. Now I've got all that DNA under my nails. Now I've got, even if I can't get to that, just grabbing a head of hair, you might get punched. It's a fight. It's a fight. It's going to happen. But if you can get a hold of this, you have some control now. It may tear, but you still have the ability for here and here, or here and here, or here and here. Okay? Make it messy. Make it ugly. Make it something they don't want any part of. Make it yell, scream. You're not just being silent. You're just wiling out. You're being a madman. You've never fought anyone in 20 years of this world. Good. It's not cool. It's not cool. It's nothing to be glorified. And if you want to actually experience what that sort of thing is like, I would suggest joining like a dojo where you can spar controlled. It's still going to raise your level of awareness. It's still going to bring out that adrenal gland in you where you are boom, 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 boom. And it's going to wear you out. You're going to have a real understanding of what it's like. And that's in a controlled environment. So at least if you're tapped out, you're on a comfortable mat and you're good, and it's just one-on-one. So you can learn these things. Go to a boxing gym, something along those lines. Just learn that craft. Learn to be able just to do the basic things, because most of the time, if I had to say, if you just learn a little bit, you would be able to defend yourself against most people of sound mind who are just looking for problems. A lot of times people don't want the problems they think that they're going for. Julian's gotten jumped a few times when your homeboys weren't around. Exactly. That's tough too. That's tough. What part of the world are you in, Julian? Yo-Yo's in Sweden. We had Triple H in Cali. We had somebody else was from Brazil. 5 to 6 guys. See, that's rough, man. That is rough. And that's cowardice to the fullest. When people try to start doing stuff like that, that is cowardly to the fullest. But look at hyenas. They work in packs. Look at African wild dogs. They work in packs. Lions work in packs. So they definitely hunt to some degree. There's something to be said about taking people down. Hey, shout out to our neighbors in the north. Hey, Julian, you are also welcome to join the channel. We go live every morning. I'm going to be live 5:15 Mountain Standard Time here in the States, and we do 100 push-ups. Yo-Yo knows this as well. We do 100 push-ups. I'll do 10 sets of 10. I'll throw in some other stuff, maybe jumping jacks. I've got this new kind of ladder climber sort of thing. So I don't know. We're just having fun today, though. So I'm glad we get to hang out. And still, we're just talking about here. Even just getting back to the basics, all I'm trying to do is throw this and bring it straight back. Throw this, bring it straight back. 1, 2, straight back. I want to be in that same sort of pose, chin down, shoulders up. Thank you, Yo-Yo. Thank you. Yes, it is. Great Fitness and Motivation channel. Julian, welcome. Absolutely. So, I spoke earlier about liver shots. Right here. Liver's on the left side. Boom, boom, right in this area. And if you look it up, if you research it, you will see the liver shot can be brutal. Look up MMA or boxing liver shots and you'll see it. Bow! You get it right up, right in here, and then the person takes about 1 or 2 steps and they go down and they're in excruciating pain. It's because that organ is vibrating violently inside them. Yo-Yo says we got 2 mentors here, Vincent and Nathan. Oh geez. Thank you, Julian. And you guys are more than welcome to call me Spider. Everybody else does. It's my nickname, so no worries. Got the web to prove it. So whatever you guys like, whatever you're comfortable with, but all respect in return. Thank you, Elijah. So boom, boom. So we're going here. I'm also maybe even trying to set them up with the right hand jab first to go boom, boom, and just throw that quick. And see the hip turn, boom, short, so boom, boom. Even drop my level a little, boom, boom. But again, I don't know a whole lot. I just know enough that hopefully it works out if I need it. You can see I got glove on my chest. Won't come off, but that's okay. So that's what we're doing. So let me throw a little bit more in. So I switch to the right, and I want to blast that. I'll throw that in. That's what I'm trying to do there. Now, we can get to other things like a cut kick, where it be, but it's actually more through the leg, and I'm not about to kick that stem. So again, I wouldn't be kicking that high into somebody. So let me see. Ugh. I feel like it would be like right about here, and okay, it's a low sort of kick. It's a low sort of kick. Your shin, sometimes to the side of their quadricep, all that good stuff. But we're just having fun with it. Uh-oh. Julian says, that was like 10 years ago. I did pretty good, but I got out there as soon as I could. These days, you probably get sliced up. You're 29? Yeah. That's the other thing about health and fitness. I'm going to stop playing with Bob here and just, I'm going to sit and talk because my battery's low. Maybe I'll plug it in, we can keep going. But that's the thing about like health and fitness. Like if you can learn to run, jump, you know, be fit, like sometimes you can avoid that. And again, there's nothing weak about running. It's crazy to stand there and take a beating that you don't need to, just in the name of being hard or earning stripes or whatever. Look, if you can run, and especially if you can knock one of them down or injure one of them and make them tired to chase you, make them to the point where they don't want to keep this chase up, or if they do catch up to you, by that time you still have an advantage because you've got stamina on your side from being able to run, from training yourself before this, and then being able to stand and defend yourself against a bunch of tired people. Now you've drugged them into deep waters. Now they're in your territory and the ball is in your court. You have the advantage at that point. Yo-Yo says, I hope I'm never in that situation when especially 3-4 guys are after me. Yeah, I hope not too. I hope we get to a point in this world where that's not a thing anymore. But unfortunately, that's still seemingly the world everywhere that we live in. So it's not fun, and it's not fun to think about. But the same way, you know, we put a seatbelt on, the same way we lock our doors at night, the same way we just take certain precautions. This is probably one of the greatest precautions that you can take, is putting yourself in a position to know, to train your mind and your body and your soul to be okay with this, to say that nope, I'm worth more than this. I'm not going out like that. I'm not going to be somebody's victim, somebody's mark, just because they chose me. And the more you know, the better fitness level you get to, the more you look strong, the less people are going to want to mess with you, because of that, because of the optics. There's a reason why, you know, even to the lion analogy earlier, lions will pick on the sick, the weak, and the old. Okay, so you're not old, so don't be weak and don't look sickly. And I know sickly sometimes can be something out of your control, but if you can at least look like you don't want to be messed with, or you're not the one to mess with, then I think most of the time optically people just won't mess with you. But they might test it, but I think you got a better chance. Damien, how do I pronounce that last name? It's a beautiful last name. Nagahuro. Capoeira. I've only dabbled with capoeira, so I'm gonna have to say no. But just getting that rhythm and stuff like that, it's pretty cool. I'm just rusty in martial arts all the way around, so even just the kicks and stuff that I was throwing earlier, definitely are not anything sharp. So capoeira, whew, I know there's just that rhythm, that you want to get that rhythm while you're stepping, because it's almost like dancing, man. It was, and you want to be able to, get that rhythm. I think I'm off on my rhythm too, but it's the ability to then drop to that hand and kick around. Don't quote me on that. I'm terrible at it. So all I'm working on is just right now, just being able to throw those, throw these, and throw these. That's all I'm working on right now. So this is kind of just a refresher for those who are just joining in. This is Bob. So I was breaking down the anatomy of Bob's face, why it's a little better than a punching bag. Because look, you have the ability to really think about putting your finger in someone's eye if they attack. Like I said earlier, press this part of your lip. Just press it on yourself, or have somebody else press it for you, and see. It's not fun. Hammer fist right to the bridge of that nose. Bow right to the bridge of that nose. Get those tears flowing, get that blindness going, and get out of there. Blind them and go. If you have to, here's another way to blind them and go. Somebody grabs you, boom. It's just a reaction. They grab you, boom. Grab you, boom. Face rake. I've spoke about this one earlier. Face rake. Get their skin, blood, hair under your nails, and now science will put that person at the scene of where you were attacked. Be mean to learn bare knuckles. A good one, bro. Yeah, because look, where in the world do you see people just walk up to each other in the street with gloves? Most of the time, that's not going to be a thing. You're not going to see people walking up to you with a blue mat and a gi saying, we must fight. No, that's not how that works. So train yourself to be able to. I would go out to the park, learn how to roll in the grass, learn how to be on like actual surfaces where real life happens. Yo-Yo says, I think a fight should be in sports. If you're really angry with somebody and want to fight challenge them in a sport, some BJJ, Taekwondo, Jiu-Jitsu, boxing, but not killing each other. Absolutely. Bows and knees can cut. Absolutely. Yo-Yo, it is. And beyond that, just talk it out. If you can get to the point where you can arrange a fight, just to get to the point where you can arrange a conversation, bring a mediator in, somebody who sits in the middle like a referee and they're not on somebody's side. But to Damien's point, yes. So Damien, we were talking earlier with this, just being able to, I know it'll not as strong on my left side, but being able just to set somebody up and be able to really mash those ribs if you have to. Boom, take that air out of them. If they come from behind you, boom, 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 and turn yourself with each one. Boom, you're gonna turn. Boom, you're gonna turn. Boom, you're gonna turn. Get them to break that lock if they're behind you or whatever it is. People don't feel much pain when truly doing it unless it's real bad. Yeah, Yo-Yo's absolutely right. Adrenals will kick in, but look, you can't out adrenal an actual injury. So again, like I was saying, if you stomp on somebody's ankle and you really do some damage to it, adrenals or not, it's not going to get them far because it's still not functioning. It's still not going to have the mechanics to be able to propel them forward, at least not at the same rate that you are. If you get yourself in shape, you get yourself going, and you get yourself out there. Start with something simple like doing 20 jumping jacks and do 100, do 5 sets of 20, then build that number up. Get that running in place, get those push-ups, those jumping jacks, those burpees, all of that stuff. Get yourself conditioned because it matters. You don't want to end up in a fight or end up in a police station or a hospital because you ended up in a circumstance where maybe you had a shot, but the worst thing is it's going to haunt you is I was helpless because I didn't know how to do something for myself. Bet on yourself. You put yourself in school, you bet on yourself with that job, you bet on yourself asking that person out. Whatever it is you bet on yourself on, this is one of those things. Bet on yourself. Bet on yourself. Build you up, and it's free to do. Full body workout, calisthenic, isometrics, really good basic trainings. Absolutely. Damien, I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but this channel goes live 5:15 a.m. Mountain Standard Time in the U.S. and we do 100 push-ups, nothing crazy. 10 sets of 10. We'll throw in some jumping jacks, all the stuff you just mentioned, and we just have a good time with a lot of people from around the world. So you, Julian, you guys are very welcome to join the channel. Yo-Yo says those teenage future is spoiled now with criminal case. Their parents, yeah, exactly, but. There's people like that all over the world, and I always say, especially here in the States, there's a lot of mental illness that goes undiagnosed, unchecked, and untreated. And so therefore you just have a whole lot of people, and I say this respectfully, but there's a lot of crazy people walking around. So you don't know who you're coming across. And so you have to be able to deal with that. You have to understand what it feels like to punch somebody or to see blood come out of somebody or they make a funny sound long before it happens, because you don't want to be in shock because it's happening in front of you. Now, I'm not saying go like beat your friends up, like that, but get yourself trained. Get yourself to an understanding where violence is an acceptable measure when somebody's trying to practice it upon you. If you're just minding your own business and somebody brings that level of aggression, danger, threat to your life, then you have to do what you got to do. Because look, it doesn't take but one punch. All it takes is one punch here, or to really knock somebody out. And that's not the shot that kills them. What happens is when they fall unprotected and that head bounces off the concrete, that's what most of the time ends up killing somebody. And that's what's going to send somebody else possibly to jail if it's not a clear cut of self-defense. So you got to really be smart about these things. Think it through. Think before you act. Just like with anything. Think before you act. Think before you cross the street. Think before you date that girl. Think before, like, any of those things. Just think before you act. Everyone wants to be Izzy. Controlling your power is great skill. Right? Julian says, how did you build most of your muscle? Lifting fairly heavy? For a while I did, because I was playing football, I was playing rugby, so I need to be, a little bigger. Now that I've stopped playing, I'm not really about that anymore, so I can shed some of the weight, put on a few more pounds in this area mainly, so we're working on that as well. But I don't lift heavy anymore, and honestly, if I were to tell somebody something, I would say, if depending on what your goal is, but calisthenics are definitely one of those things. Body weight stuff, fitness oriented stuff. Be fit, be able to like run a mile if and improve upon that time. Be able to do pull-ups and not just like 6 or 7 really heavy lat pull downs. Be able to have I always say like more like train like Spider-Man, not like the Hulk. And not that the Hulk's not strong, but you guys get what I'm saying. Sympaceptic. Ooh, Huberman Pod spoke on weed causing psychosis for some people. I think there's a direct correlation with use among young men and weed use, as you're one more prone to negative sides if you're under 25. Yeah. Yo-yo, do big bulky bodybuilders have advantage? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, because most of the time their range is limited. So maybe if they get their hands on you, but they still got to know what to do. And if somebody doesn't know what to do and they get their hands on you, you're not in as big of a threat than if somebody half their size who knows what they're doing gets their hands on you. So big and bulky is not an advantage. It's cumbersome. It's going to keep them from being able to move as much unless somebody is really flexible and works on that. But Julian, for a long time, I did lift a lot heavier, stuff like that. But now, really, like my chest workouts and stuff like that, it's really just the push-ups. And I'll get into the gym, once or twice a week now. I haven't been going as much as I need to. What if a bodybuilder grabs you? Well, if a bodybuilder grabs you and they don't know what they're doing, you still have a shot. Because they're going to be strong doing this, they're going to be strong doing this, but okay, they have you, now what? Now what? So it depends. It all depends. And are you shrinking in the moment, or are you ready to take this hand, they grab you and you pop straight up, boom, knock that chin up. Make them bite some teeth, make them see if some teeth come out, see if they bite their tongue. Are you prepared to do that? Are you prepared to pull back their thumb off of you and twist it till you hear crackling? Can I one hand stand press up? No, I cannot. But we got a guy in Canada named Mr. Handstand. He does a lot of handstand stuff on his channel, but I cannot. And just, it's all something that we can work at. We all have things that we can work on in life. But guys, if somebody grabs you that's bigger, then you still got to fight them like the same than if they were smaller. Like, you just have to be able to understand that a smaller person can control you more if they know what they're doing. A big bodybuilder, choking locks. Yeah, I've done some chokes. You got your triangle, you got your trach, you got the lapel chokes, you've got the triangle with the legs and stuff like that. Yo-Yo says, bro, my shoulder cracks so much and sometimes it hurts. Very rarely does it hurt. Is it normal? My tight shoulder side, is it a problem? side shoulder right here. Good in the stand up or run. Uh, I'm gonna take my chances with a few, but I'm definitely getting out of there. I'm just at a point I want no smoke. I've seen enough. I've seen enough in life. Um, but if I'm put in a position where I got no choice, then I would bank on myself. I would bet on myself. Um, yeah. Okay. Right on the side. Um, what's your pain level? I mean, is it like sharp? Is it burning? Like, there's a lot to consider. So I would really get that looked at, and then look into whatever they recommend. If you need physical therapy, you might need physical therapy. I don't know if you guys have acupuncturist there, acupressurist, massage, whole right shoulder. Is it causing any pain in the neck? Anything else like that? Have you tried massages? Um, and no joke, but we always hear the joint cracks. I'd get it looked at. I'd get it looked at. And it might be something that you're lacking in your diet. A lot of times, like fish oil, things like that. It might be something like that, or yeah, I don't know if you've sustained an injury. Julian says, "Yeah, do you sleep on that shoulder?" Because sometimes it's not just sleeping like this, but also when people sleep like this. Um, Sometimes I get caught in that position and I wake up and I don't feel the best afterwards. But if you are getting cracking with everything, get that looked at, because I would be irresponsible to try to act like I can diagnose that just off of those few things. Well, definitely, yeah, get that looked at, because we had uh, reluctant gamer in the chat, and he was asking about his back. And the one thing we said was go get your back checked out. Sure enough, he did, and it turned out it was like his pillow and his mattress were the culprit. So it could be a lot of little things that we don't even recognize as the issue, and it's causing us all of these problems in our lives. This is why I always tell people stay current with your trainers, stay current with your cross training shoes. Can I arm wrestle? I have arm wrestled. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can arm wrestle. Your mattress is super hard. That might be part of it. But again, a lot of cracking, man. Anytime you hear cracking and popping, especially if you got pain with it, you definitely got to look into professional help. Look into professional help. That is the key. That's why they're there. That is exactly why they're there, is to be able to, diagnose and take a look at that. Because what you don't want to do, even if you don't train or work out or things like that, you don't want that to get worse as you get older. Take care of it now while you're still young, while you still have, youth on your side and the ability to recover from things sooner. Get that taken care of. I can't stress that enough, because there's a lot of things that I let go, and it's not like haunting me now, but it's definitely things that I should have taken care of. So make sure you get that taken care of. Damien, what sports do you play? Julian, what sports do you play, or did you play? Are you guys still active with sports? Yeah, for sure. I know, Julian, you said you're 29 now, but are you still doing anything like sports leagues, or what's you guys' background? What are you currently doing as well as for your fitness? You have something that you go to the gym and do? Yeah, that's definitely something that you don't want. Uh, Damien, for obliques, I'm just getting back to mine. So, um, let's see. I guess I'll just put this around my neck. Where is it? Where is it? Well, I do have this plate. This is a lighter plate, but you can definitely hear. You can come around. And like I said, you can just go right here. When I'm at the gym, I'll go up against the wall. I'll throw the medicine ball into the wall, catch it, go back and forth. I got a bunch of videos and stuff that you guys can definitely check out. Uh, Damien, what league is that? Is that football, soccer? I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I'll have to see what other ab stuff. I'll just lay and do. Um, I'll do planks. Have you guys heard of the dead cockroach? You have a dead stomach like Nathan. uh, that is okay, man. That is okay too. That is fantastic. But hey, we're all just working, and we all just have what we have. Uh, how do you stop your knees hurting from squats? Is that rugby? Julian says it's currently going for hikes with 40 pounds in your book bag. Nice. Mostly because it hurt my wrist. Surprisingly, seems like a pretty good back workout. Yeah, keep your core nice and tight while you're walking with that because it can pull you back. You don't want that pulling on your lower back for sure. Rugby league, nice. Sympathetic. Okay. Sympathetic, my bad. I played for a year out here. I was a wing, and I had a lot of fun doing it. How do you stop your knees hurting? Now, are you getting cracking? Are you getting popping? Where's the pain? Is it in the front? Is it in the sides? Where's it at? Palms hurt from dips and pull-ups. My grip strength needs improving. Use a towel like on your bar. Take a towel and get a thicker thing that you're gripping onto. Get more girth on the bar. That's going to make you squeeze more. That's going to work work the forearms a little bit more. And let me see, with dumbbells. So this is my power block. But even just when you have dumbbells, just being able to just like wrist curls and things like that, and being able just to kind of hang in there and give yourself just some forearm stuff definitely helps. Your palms hurt from dips. Yeah, and pull-ups. Yeah, I mean, it's only one way to get it. Throbbing kneecaps. Maybe pulled a hammy 3 days ago. Is it just one side, one knee, or it's both kneecaps? Are you doing any ice afterwards? Have you tried an ice bath as well? I can tell you when I was playing rugby, I was beat up and I took my first ice bath, and I can't tell you how much better I felt. And I mean for months I felt better. It took all the inflammation out of the joints I didn't even know. So it wouldn't just be like your knees, but whatever you might be feeling in your hips, your lower back, your shoulders, all that stuff might be worth it. But look at how professional athletes are treating their bodies after competition. When you see players, with ice on their knees and things like that, there's a reason. It takes a lot of that inflammation out. So if you need to, just like we were saying before, go get it checked out to Yo-Yo. Go get it checked out, because athletes, you guys, have a very, high tolerance for pain, and you're very driven, but it's sometimes to our detriment because we try to push through everything. Sure means solid, bro. You got something for lats like front rows, maybe cold hot conditioning. Heard of it, bro? Yeah, cold hot, man. You got to be able to do that for yourself. Look, nutrition, hydration, exercise, and rest. And by rest, I mean therapy as well. Not just taking the day off, but what are you doing in your day off? Are you going for a massage? Are you going to the sauna? Are you just doing some yoga, stretching the body out? Like, all of those things matter, and it's how people, it's the little things. You're going to be in a field full of guys that are equally as capable as you. Yeah, more stretches and pinches. Yeah, for sure, for sure. And the older you get as an athlete and the longer you've been doing it, the longer your warm up should be. So when the team says, hey, warm up starts at 12:15, I'd be stretching at 12. And I'm warmed up and sweating by the time the team comes together. But it's going to prevent those injuries. Every morning my whole body cracks, elbows, knees, neck, back, literally all joints. I can crack them any time of day. That might just be your composition. It might be, again, you might be lacking something where you need something like fish oil or something to help lubricate your joints. But again, I would go to the doctor. I would definitely go seek some help for that, because that definitely isn't a thing that a younger guy should want to be experiencing or should be having to put up with. So definitely get yourself checked out, man. And look, guys, all of you should be getting yourself checked out once in a while. Men don't seem to, think that we need to go to the doctor that often, and yes, we do. Balance, stability, mobility got me doing 5. Yeah, yeah. This whole thing, the notion that it has to be like this amazing amount of weight is just crazy. It doesn't have to be. Do lightweight, do it well, and do it controlled, and you will see some great benefits from it. Julian says ice bath decreases inflammation, but also blood flow. Can hot water be so? Hot water can be good after to get the blood back in the area and more. I never did that. I just dumped my ice in, and then I let the room temperature kind of warm my body back up. And look, even in the first thing in the morning, when you get into the shower, don't wait for the water to get warm. Hop in and just let it go while it's cold. It's better for your skin. It's gonna like zap those your nervous system. It's gonna wake you up. It's great, and I think that it works better. Yo, my joint hurts sometimes, knee and elbow and shoulder mainly. Man, we gotta get you looked out. Can you make an appointment? Can you make an appointment? We gotta get you looked out. I need to see what's going on with this. I'm curious. I'm invested in you guys to know that health and fitness are two different things, and this means not only checking out your shoulder, but getting your blood work done too. You're still relatively young, but still know what your stats are. Know what your blood pressure is. Know what your pulse is at, and watch your pulse go down as you work out more, because now you're going to have a resting heart rate that's lower. That is called bradycardia, where you have a low heart rate, generally under 60 beats a minute. You're already getting old. You're only 20. You are far from old, sir. Far from it. Julian, you've been doing ultrasound. Seems to be helping your wrist a lot. Nice. Are they recommending any strengthening stuff? Definitely, I'll get it checked out. Yeah, man, please do. It's important, and like I tell people, you only get one health. And the last thing you want to do is regret not doing it because for whatever reason you just put it off, or whatever reason. You don't want to regret that. You want to get that stuff taken care of, just like you would going to the dentist. You chip your tooth, or there's a problem and your tooth hurts. Yeah. Did your chest take long to build? That's a hard one to say, because I've been lifting weights, I don't know, since the first time I bench pressed, I was like 9 or 10. The neighborhood kids that were older, they had a bench. So I've been doing this stuff my entire life. And then we can't dismiss just longevity and stuff. So yeah, I'm completely natural. I'm too cheap to buy steroids. Yeah, there's no way. So yeah, that's definitely a part of it. Julian says that yo, I'm 29 and feel better than when I was 18, but I get blood work twice a year. Yeah, man, good advice. Thank you for saying that, Julian, because there's a piece of that where some of the, and I'm not calling you old, but some of the older guys got to start telling the younger guys, like, we got to start guiding the next group in and giving them the breakdown. Like, look, I didn't do this, but this benefited me once I started doing it. Get those breakdowns. So instead of lifting crazy heavy weights, get yourself out there, do your calisthenics, do those burpees, do those jumping jacks, those squat hops, pull-ups, all those things. Be strong in that way. Be strong in that way. There's a lot of crazy strength about that. And, being able to be a fit human being, how we eat, how we hydrate, all that good stuff. So, Julian, you're kind of in that prime. That man, those years from like 27 to 31 and beyond, if you start taking care of it now, if you start doing that stuff now, this is going to roll you in, man. You're going to be going to like high school reunions, and you're going to see like your 45-year-old friends, and they're all slobs and out of shape, and you come in just carved and healthy. That's the important part. Yo-Yo says, definitely, Julian. I'll now get your checkout. Yes, do that. Ultrasound. I'm doing it at home. Nice. I had a TENS machine. I still do, and I was using it on bits and pieces that would hurt. Thoughts on Musashi creatine bulk protein? Never heard of it. The only thing that I take is the protein powder, but we do have some guys in the chat that in the chat in the mornings, they all take creatine. They all swear by it, and we did like a whole thing where we talked about it and looked it up, and it was very beneficial. So I'm not against it. Are you trying to bulk? What's the goal? I think a lot of times people just want something where they're just like, I want this, but they're not exactly sure how to get there or why they want that. So, what is the goal? I'm putting Bob away, so pardon me. What are the things to get checked out internally? I would just go in and say, I want a general physical. I just want a general, and if they have any questions, just let them know what's going on. I would just go in and say, I want a general physical. I just want a general, and if they have any questions, just let them know what's going on. I would just go in and say, I want a general physical. I just want a general,
Can you hear all that?
And if they have any questions, just let them know what's going on. I would just go in and say, I want a general physical. I just want a general. Wow, that echo went on forever. So, let me throw on a light. Boom. And let me get this plugged in. All right. Got a little bit more life. Phone was running low on juice. Yeah, man. Just regular physicals. Yeah, 3-4 times. Yeah, get yourself a routine physical, and that can start at any age. Don't be deceived by being younger or thinking like I don't need that yet or whatever. Nah, go get yourself checked out. And again, even just your therapy. And this isn't even a joke. I mean, here in America, the notion of the Swedish massage is a big deal. It's like it's exotic. So I don't know if the Swedish massage is a thing like in Sweden, but we hear Swedish massage, and so even if you just go to a regular massage place and get with a physical therapist that can work you out, stretch you out, things like that, that's just going to set you up for for better longevity. How many times a year? Probably only once. You probably only need it once a year. Again, you're a young fit guy. Sometimes twice a year, maybe go at the 3rd month in and the 9th month or something. So you're going every 6 months, whatever. So it's kind of like when you go for like a dental cleaning or something. However many times you go for that, or go to get your eyes checked. Usually that's like an annual thing. So an annual physical, unless you are feeling really bad or something really life-changing has happened, then I wouldn't worry too much about like getting it done a bunch of times throughout the year. I would just do the maintenance. So think about like when you get an oil change with your car or something like that. You just keep an eye on the mileage, and if something kind of crazy happens to your car in between, it starts knocking or pinging, or you smell smoke or see that, that white smoke from oil, then there you go. In your life, you've only gone to the once to the dentist. Oh man, and forgive me because I really don't know how like the healthcare system is in other countries, but we go to the dentist all the time. Like I have appointments. I think it's like I go like 3 times a year just for checkups. They'll take like X-rays and they'll do a cleaning, and it's just to check to make sure everything's okay. So it's just keeping you on course. But I don't know how other places are. So my apologies if I'm making it sound so simple. But you know what I'm saying. And the ear doctor was brutal. Yeah, yeah. Ear, eyes, nose, and throat. That doctor is very specific. And when you think about it, going back to the self-defense, those are areas to strike: ear, eyes, nose, and throat. So that's your sight, that's your ability to breathe, and ears will throw off your equilibrium if you do it right. So I'm not going to the ear doctor again ever. What happened to your ear? What happened to your ears that you had to end up at the ear doctor? I've never been to the ear doctor, so we've got a trade here. Damien, are you taking that Musashi creatine? And Julian, how are you doing the ultrasound at home? Do you have a machine? Your mom got you there? That must have been when you were young. I mean, like as like in a kid young. Yeah. Yeah, our parents will throw us into a lot of things when we're young, so you just never know. But hey, at least you have medical care. Is it universal health care in Sweden? I know we had somebody here from Canada, but I don't think that I'm not sure where how it is in other areas. Damien must have jumped off. Julian must have jumped off, but it was cool chatting with everybody. You have both? Okay. Wow. That's interesting. I always thought it was like one or the other. Well, take advantage of it in any circumstance because in first world countries, things like that, when you have the ability for medical access and treatment, definitely take advantage. So set yourself up, get yourself into a massage therapist, sports clinic sort of stuff. Damien, my workout is 5:15 Mountain Standard Time in the U.S. Where are you at? Do you mind sharing where you're coming to us from? Also, eye doctor. Yeah, yeah. Your doctor's gonna know if they unless you just really don't if they really don't know anything. But if that's the case, if they're not sure what's going on, or especially with the popping and stuff, I would imagine they're going to send you to a specialist. So then you'll get a referral from your general doctor to go to somebody who knows specifically, and they just specialize in something like joint cracking or things like that. um, doesn't sound like you're experiencing a lot of pain with it, but still, it's still something to get checked out. Yeah, well, it happens, man. You gotta go get yourself checked out. Uh, can't have the cracking. No, doc. New Zealand. Hey, what's up? We got the Maori warrior spirit. We had a couple other brothers from New Zealand as well, so we appreciate that. You do 8 in the morning, 8 at night. I think it's 4 a.m. there. Right now here. What time is it? It's 9:12 p.m. Julian says I get most of my nutrients checked. Last time I got my thyroid, adrenal, C-reactive protein, inflammation marker, hormones is good too. Gut health is very important. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And you are being very thorough. That's probably more thorough than most people even imagine being. So, shout out to you for that because that's an important thing to share. Almost 4:20. Is that 4:20 a.m. or 4:20 p.m.? I'm trying to think because at 5:15 we had a brother named Rory from New Zealand, and it was like 1 o'clock in the morning there. And I can't check you guys out right now, but if you guys have content and you want to swap subs, I'll definitely check out your page, check out your channel, see what you guys got going on. In the description, there's a link to the Instagram, the Facebook as well. There's an email. I always try to encourage people to send us like just a picture of your workout space. You don't even have to be in it. I just want to see what New Zealand or Sweden looks like where people work out at. Ah, your weekend just started. Okay. Yeah. Um, Yo, it's colorful there. Nice. Well, I definitely like to check it out. It's going to get in the desert climate, it gets really dry, and it's going to be, I think today it was like 115 degrees Fahrenheit. Buildings, Park River, nice. It gets pretty brown here during the summer. It's very bright, gets very hot, and it's dry. No humidity. Very dry. But that's living in a desert. You love America? What do you love about America? Have you visited here? Julian says I haven't worked out with weights for about 3 weeks. Today I benched 185 for 18. Woo! Man, that's some reps. You were starving to get back at it. You were hungry. You got back on there. I was like, give me that. Nice. That's repping out. That is repping out. No, but so much I've just seen on the internet, cool places. There are some cool places here for sure. But I think it's like looking at other countries, the way we probably look at like Sweden, and there's a there's this wonderful whole notion about you always hear about like Swedish models or the Swedish snow girls and things like that, and being tall blonde women and gorgeous and all that stuff. I mean, so you got Americans loving Sweden and haven't seen anything other than certain things as well. So we definitely have ideas about each other's countries for sure. Especially the buildings, futuristic. Yeah, um, I like the older architecture as well. There's some pretty cool buildings that have been put up that after a while they get taken down or hopefully they become historically protected. But hopefully you can make it here one day. My goal is to try to make it there one day because I want to do push-ups there. I want to get to New Zealand as well, do some push-ups there. I want to get to Canada, do some push-ups there. So I'm just going to start slowly. Oh, the Spanish models, yeah. um, so yeah, we definitely, it's definitely about trying to make connections, and improving our station in life. So I'm all for it. But we got this wonderful group of people. You want to see New York? New York. I've never been to New York myself. Julian, have you been to New York? And Damien, have you been to the States? Big futuristic building. From what I understand about New York, and it's no diss to the people or anything else, it's just the city. Um, I look Fijian. All right, I'll take it. I will take it. Um, the technology, yeah. Look, I haven't either, Julian, but Yo, look up like New York subways. Look up like some of the activity you'll see on there. Because again, what you see on the internet can be a little bit deceiving. You want pizza in Times Square, see Statue of Liberty. If you guys can make it to New York, I will go to New York and we'll do push-ups together. We got to get this in. We got to start planning and making this like worldwide connection that we have. We have this really cool thing going on right now, and being able to connect. Who knows? You end up making lifelong friends from around the world, being able to visit each other's cultures and countries. This is how we close gaps. This is how we end world problems, by connecting with each other. Don't worry about what the politicians are telling us. Connecting with each other. Julian says, I was close to New York once, coming from Canada on a fishing boat. Yeah, that's the other thing. Maybe I should just start slowly instead of like going crazy across the world. Just start like by going to Canada. Julian, what part are you in? Hey, that would be super cool. I mean, that's the goal, is like to get people to like, is to build something that's, we're not just doing push-ups, like we take stock and invest in, what each other are doing with our lives. We can't always help from around the world, but yeah. Um Cruiserweight. What's cruiserweight? What's up, Stark? Hey guys, Stark is in Berlin and he is a regular in the chat. So we got some good stuff going on. Stark's been with us for a minute. Stark, we got Damien in New Zealand. Yo is in Sweden, and Julian is in Canada, if I'm not mistaken. Yo says Tony Biggs, Nova Scotia. Hey, Julian, do you know about are you familiar with Pat Stay from Nova Scotia? And Damien, do any of you guys have content? Like I said, I will check out your channels if you have any. Damien, you're the only one I see with like an actual um like picture. Stark says, I'm on my way to work right now. I'm sitting on the public city bus next to subway station. Shout out to you for being part of why the infrastructure of the world runs, putting in that work in construction and transportation. That's awesome. Stark gave us a little glimpse into his workout in Germany. Got to see a bit of his gym. Got to see him hit a set of triceps. He took uh, one of the affiliates, Nathaniel J Burns. He took him on, I believe, a virtual tour of his area in Germany. So, yeah, I'm doing fantastic. Stark, did you have Father's Day today? Was it Father's Day in Germany as well? Yo says, Bro, Stark, no, I thought you're on your suit. And Julian, Pat Stay was he's a battle rapper. I don't know like how the popularity goes out there, but he was a battle rapper. He was pretty popular, and he got killed a couple years ago. So I didn't know. Again, this is why I like talking to people from certain parts of the world. Just being able to just like hear like anything like that. Yo-Yo says Germany. I love it. Stark says no. In Germany, Father's Day was already a few weeks ago. I thought you did say that. So hopefully I gave you a shout out on that day. We had Father's Day here today, so it was a cool day to hang out with Aoife and just do what we do. And we get to be dads, then that's a cool thing. Yeah, yo, people from all over the world. Yours, Kaliskiski? Siski? Stark says, yeah, you gave me a shout out on Father's Day. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, absolutely. Yo-Yo says he thinks it's German. Stark, have you heard of that? Yours Kalasiski, the Olympian. Yo-Yo, what does he do? Is he a weightlifter? Is he a wrestler? What does he participate in? German bodybuilder. There you go. Hey, Yo-Yo, thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Before I jump off, I always give people the proposal. Julian, I know Yo-Yo, you've already subscribed. Julian and Damien, I will knock out 10 push-ups for each of your subscriptions. If you're down with that, I will jump on those. Yo-Yo says, I don't know whether it's late or early on different countries. Sorry, no worries. Damien says, meet me at Manahiki one day, bro. You would love the island. Heck yeah, absolutely. Stark says, have to go now. Wish you all a nice day. Stark, thank you so much. Julian says he subbed. Yo-Yo says, let's go, Vince. All right, I owe 10 for Julian for sure. Damien, are you in for that? 10 push-ups for your subscription? And I'll just knock out 20 altogether. I definitely want to check out if you guys have stuff. Damien's thumbnail looks like it from here. It's just so tiny, but it's black and yellow. It's like this badass guy looking. Pistol squats. Man, I'm working on them. They had me doing those in physical therapy, and I was doing the assisted ones. So my battery's dying on my phone, but let me go back outside. Be true to my word before we end this out. This has been a fantastic, guys, 2 hours. This is the longest I've been on live before, so I appreciate you guys for keeping it alive. Oh, oh, butt ass naked. What happened to Dr. Butt Ass Naked? Guys, this is Dr. Butt Ass Naked. He has frequented our chat many times. And Doctor, I'm doing some push-ups because we got a couple people that are subscribing based off of Am I doing the push-ups? So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You gotta earn those subs. Gotta earn those subs. All right, yo. Have an amazing day. Thank you, Dr. Butt Ass Naked. What one's your party arm? What's a party arm? Julian, thank you so much. I've never heard of party arm, man. That's fantastic. Thank you, Julian. You guys have an amazing day. We will see you guys here. Thank you, Damien. Thank you, brother. We will see you guys here if you make it 5:15 Mountain Standard Time. So that's like in what, I don't know, about 8 hours. So I'm gonna get in here, get something to eat, get showered, get rested, and we'll be back at it in the morning. So guys, if you haven't, hit the subscription and take one, give one. These are free, so give them to your friends. If you like a certain video game, if you like a certain movie, a certain song, certain restaurant, whatever it is, same way you would tell them about it. Tell them about this if you enjoy it. So I'm going to leave it at that. But like we like to say here, HWPO, and that means hard work pays off. This is Impact Athletics Association. Guys, I will see you very shortly. Much love.